and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today's video is another episode of #Friday Sews. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. As always, thank you so much to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting #Friday Sews and for sharing that hashtag with the sewing community and allowing us to spend a little bit of our Fridays chatting with you all about what we've been sewing, what we hope to sew, and a little bit about life in between. Thank you, Jen, for sharing that with us. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you will consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to get to know you better and welcome you into the sewing community. Thank you so much to each one of my friends who are tuning in again today. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend a little bit of it with me. It means so much to me. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. YouTube loves those thumbs up. And leave a comment down below. I would love to know what's been going on in your sewing week. What projects do you have going on? I would love to hear all about them down below in the comments section. I was away from the sewing room last weekend. We went camping over the weekend at my parents' house. It was a good weekend, but I'm glad to be home. But I did get a few things prepped before I left on my camping trip. So I had plans for the month of October to sew up a going home sweater from Ellie and Mac for myself, and then a matching Peekaboo Patterns Dakota Dolman dress for Addie. I almost did not get those accomplished, and really I haven't started sewing them yet, but I did get them cut out, and I did a lot of adjustments to the going home sweater. So I have made this once before, and Bernadette is here with me. It's a little hard to get her in the camera. Let me move you a little bit. There's Bernadette, my dress form. Now Bernadette is not my size. She's just a standard dress form that I found at a yard sale, but she's wearing the going home sweater that I have made previously. I made this last year out of a conglomeration of fabrics. You can see that I color blocked the sleeves. This is a double brush poly from Hobby Lobby. This is a double brush poly from Joann's. I used some ribbing from Hobby Lobby as well. So this shirt did not work for me, you guys. And actually, I put it on when I was starting my adjustments on my next one, and it does fit okay, but it's not fitting like I would want it to. The biceps are much too tight, and really it's even too tight within the tummy region. And then this neckband was really kind of wide. So I almost think that this neckband is too long and I needed to shorten it a little bit. So for my next version of the going home sweater, I have done a few adjustments. The first one that I did was to take this sleeve piece, which is a raglan sleeve. You can see there that it's a raglan sleeve. And I took that and did a full bicep adjustment on that. So I had to look that video up, and I'll link that when I actually get this garment sewn up. And if it was a good, if it was a good tutorial that worked out for me, I'll link it down below. But I did have to look that up on YouTube. So first of all, I did a bicep adjustment, and then it's really long, and you can't really tell it very good on Bernadette here, but this shirt is really long, and I actually did a really deep hem. I'm not sure why I cut it to the tunic length. I don't know why I used the tunic length. So I cut my pattern pieces back up to the shirt length, and I'm going to do a band on the bottom. I've discovered that I love having a band on the bottom of my sweatshirts or long sleeve shirts like that. So I went ahead and did a band. And then I have not cut out my neck piece yet, my neckband. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew up the version that I have tweaked a little bit, and then I'm gonna do some measuring along the neckline, and then I will calculate how long my neckband needs to be. I don't usually do it that way. I usually just go with the pattern piece, but since I've done this before and I know that this scoop is a little bit too much for me, like even on my shoulders, it's coming too far over into my shoulders. So I know that this neckband length is not right. So I want to sew it up, measure it, and then cut my neckband out. So I'm excited to get to work on this one. This shirt is okay. Like I said, this fits okay. I could wear it around here. I could definitely wear it under jackets or something like that. but I want to try this pattern again. I feel like this is a pattern that I would love and I need to get it right for myself. So we will try that out. I have went ahead and cut out my new going home sweater, and actually I've cut out Addie's little Dakota Dolman in matching fabric as well. So I prepped those, I did all the adjustments and cut out my fabric before we even went camping. So that's the sewing that I got to. I did not do hardly any sewing at Mom and Dad's. I did play around a little bit on Mom's Bernina machine and made some little pillows for my daughter and my little nephew. Don't really care for a Bernina machine. I was longing for my baby lock. If you're a Bernina lover, please don't come for me, but it's using a different machine probably that just threw me off a little bit. But what I did get up to while I was camping was some crochet. Now I am a mood crocheter. Are you like that? If you knit or you crochet, do you have to be in the right mood to do it? I definitely am, and weather plays a huge part in that. So our weather here in southern Indiana has definitely turned quite chilly. We are having some very chilly days, and that cold weather makes me want to crochet. So I took some crochet with me. I had a project in my mind, and I got together with my sister while we were camping. My sister loves to crochet and she's really good at it. She takes right to any pattern, and she can actually look at a picture on Pinterest and figure out the pattern and just run with it. So she's really, really talented. So I had come across a kind of idea on Pinterest. I'll put a picture up actually of what my original idea was. I found these darling little Christmas trees that people were making into garlands or ornaments, and I really wanted to try that. I have so much yarn in my stash. I have a lot of scrap yarn that I've used in like blankets, but I haven't quite used all of that yarn up yet. So I thought these would be good scrap busting projects for my yarn. So I took some green yarn with me to Mom's, and Deborah and I sat down and we found a pattern to make these darling little Christmas trees. Now please excuse the tails, I have not wove those in yet, but these are so cute. So they're kind of reminiscent of a granny square. I think the pattern actually calls them a granny square Christmas tree. I love making those. They're addicting actually. Let me show you the pile that I accomplished over the weekend. I think there's 13 here, 12, 13, something like that here, and I have loved making these. They're so cute. They're so easy to make. They're very quick once you get the pattern down. I'm gonna link the pattern to those little Christmas trees. It was a free pattern. We found it on Pinterest, and I have really enjoyed sitting down in the evenings and making these cute little things. Now I hope to put them on a garland. They do have a little hole up at the top where you could string them. I don't know what kind of string I'm going to do, if I'm gonna use something like jute twine, or I might actually crochet a little string to put them on. I'm not real sure. Also, I'd like to add a different color in with just the green. So I pulled some more yarn out of my stash. I have this really pretty red, kind of burgundy color that was in my stash. And then I have this soft white color as well. So I don't know if I will mix all of these with the green. That green is just so pretty. Maybe just green and white and not do the red. I don't really know yet. I'm just playing with them and looking for some new garland for my Christmas decorations. So like I said, I will link that pattern down below. It was just a blog post, and I'm just pulling that blog post up every time that I do one of these and following along with the instructions. They do a really good job. So again, I love these little Christmas trees. Give them a try if you have some scrap yarn laying around. It's really perfect for that scrap yarn. While I was away for the weekend, I did visit the Stitching Post. The Stitching Post is a quilt shop in Washington, Indiana. I went there to donate my little dresses, the pillowcase dresses that I showed last week. I went to donate all of those, and I did a little shopping. So I am in the middle of a buying ban, but we're entering into the crazy busy months of the holiday season. I do like to sew some of the presents that I give to others, so I am letting myself have a little bit of wiggle room to do some Christmas sewing shopping. Now, I don't want to be buying a bunch of things for myself and putting them into my stash, but I do want to give myself a little wiggle room to purchase some gifts. And the things that I found at the stitching post are all with my little girl in mind. So I thought I would share those with you real quick. So the first couple things that I picked up for Addie are a couple of panels. Now these are pre-printed, I believe. They're from the designer Stacy. Oh, I never know how to say her name. I'll put it right here and definitely link it down below. This is a little castle. I already have a couple of doll panels to go with this, and this is the castle. Do you see the little dress there? Really cute little castle for Addie. I thought she would love having these to play with. There's what it'll end up looking like right there, kind of like a little carrying castle, little play thing. So I thought that panel was really darling for Addie. And then I also found a stable panel. So this one is fairly new. I believe this collection is fairly new from Stacy, also from the Stacy. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm not even gonna try it. Let me show you these darling little horses. There is the stable, so super cute. It's not just a bag. Let me show you the design there. You can see the diagram, and it actually opens up. Here's the darling little horses. Just so cute, and I know that my little girl would love them. Now these panels were not that expensive. The princess one was $11.99 for the panel, and the stable was only $13.99. I know there is some work to go into those, but for a whole set of playthings, plush-like playthings, I think it will be a really great gift for Addie June. I also picked her up one more thing as well, and I just fell in love with this kit. This was a kit called Silent Night by Jennifer Long from Be So Inspired. This is what the package looked like. I know it's kind of shiny there, sorry about that. I'll pop a picture up of what the panel looked like. This is a small little diagram of it. Let me pop up a picture from her website. It was so darling, I had to buy this. It is a set of characters. This one is all around the nativity. So we have all kinds of little animals. We have cows. We have wise men, so cute. Here's an angel, just so darling. So I went ahead and started cutting these out. And what you do is you just cut out your shapes, and then you sew them to felt on the back, and they become a little bit of a sturdy kind of character for them to play with. And then also within the panel is this little character scene where you can put your nativity together. It becomes like a little bag book that they can open and put all their felties on. So I just loved this. You know, I grew up in a 90s Sunday school room. Does anybody else remember the felt characters? And I just fell in love with these felties. Now this Jennifer Long designer has a couple versions of these felt kits. There's the Silent Night nativity that I purchased. There's also an animal one, a barnyard animal one, and I think there might have been one more on her website. So I'll link her website down below. Again, such a darling little project. I'm trying to get it started now so that she'll have some time to play with the nativity set before Christmas. So this one's not exactly a Christmas present, maybe a 1st of December present. That would be great to start out the nativity season. But anyway, so I loved picking up all of those really cute little things for Addie. And the last thing that I got from the stitching post was kind of for myself. This is a cross stitch pattern by Lori Holt, and I just loved these little Christmas characters in a sampler. It's called Vintage Christmas Sampler, again by Lori Holt for It's So Emma, the designer. I love cross stitch. I'm in the mood, you guys. I'm in the mood to do hand sewing, hand stitching, crochet, cross stitch. So I went ahead and picked up that pattern. I really thought that was super cute. My mom and I kind of share those Lori Holt pattern. So we'll be sharing that between the two of us. So that was what I got from the stitching post. It was a fun little trip to the stitching post. It got mom out of the house for a little bit, and I was able to donate my dresses, and then I picked up a few items for myself. Before I leave you today, I do want to show off Addie June's little outfit. If you have been following me for the last couple Friday Sews episodes, you will know that I was making some of her costume. She wanted to be Peppa Pig, and so I sewed up this darling little dress. This is the Daydreamer dress from Peekaboo Patterns, a very easy tank style dress. I had a lot of fun sewing it. It was very simple. And then we put some accessories with her outfit, and she was a very cute little Peppa Pig. I had a lot of fun coming up with this outfit to make my little girl a beautiful Peppa Pig. I think that's gonna do it for this hashtag Friday Sews. Let me know down below what you've been working on. What are your weekend plans? Do you have any big sewing plans? I would love to chat with you down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.